Welcome back to Geographics. Last time we went deep into the massive canyon area which is in the center of this island, and we've seen a small part of the swamp. And today we will continue our journey through the swamp and take a closer look at some of the creatures that live here. And one creature that lives here is Paraceratherium paludentium, and smaller relative of the Asukas that we've seen last episode. Paraceratherium is a water-based predator and spends most of its time lurking inside of the water. When hunting, Paraceratherium uses two main tactics. First, patiently waits below the water surface, and when the target is sufficiently close by, Paraceratherium will perform a massive jump that it uses to quickly close distance with its prey and drag it underwater. Secondly, it attacks the prey's vital areas specifically to drain its stamina. These two techniques efficiently prevent most creatures from escaping Paraceratherium once. It has long legs for a crocodile, and those allow Paraceratherium to run relatively fast on land compared to the other crocodilians of this island. With its powerful jaws, it is capable of grabbing small to human-sized creatures. Let's go even further into the swamp and take a closer look at one of the biggest herbivores that lives here. The massive mammal known as Paraceratherium giganticus. Despite its massive size, it is a very peaceful creature. Although it seems like that the closest modern relative of this giant would be the giraffe or the elephant, it is closely related to the rhinoceros. When provoked, the Paraceratherium defends itself by throwing its weight around, stomping on the ground and crushing foes beneath it. This creature spends most of its time by feeding on the large trees which grow in the swamp. When the sun reached her highest point, the Paraceratherium will either hide inside of the thick dark forest of the swamp or cover itself in mud to protect its skin from the burning heat of the sun. Thanks to its size and strength, most predators won't mess with this giant, especially no predator of the swamp, since most predators here are small compared to the Paraceratherium. But there's one creature that everything in the swamp is afraid of, a mythical beast with incredible power. The apex hunter of the swamp, the well-known and feared Hydra. This beast is the definition of imposing force and strength. The Hydra is an amphibious dragon kind and prefers aquatic environments. This creature has a fighting style focused on shock and AoE to control the battlefield. It uses various forms of powerful crowd control to dominate its prey. The Hydra is something completely different compared to all the other creatures of this island. The 5 snake-like heads and the massive crocodile-like body making this monster unique and fearsome at the same time. Although it is not that fast on land, it is incredibly fast in water compared to some other ocean creatures its size. Yet this Hydra is a pure powerhouse, from the 5 heads all the way to the tip of its tail. Its claws are so powerful that they can easily break through rock. The roar alone is so strong that it can not only stun small to medium-sized creatures, but also shatter the bones of the ones who hear this stunning roar. And if that wasn't enough, the head in the middle can breathe fire while the far left one shoots a blast of dissolving acid. similar to the acid of the Arthropleura but much stronger, capable of melting through all manner of structures. The Atlas Hydra can easily fight most creatures head-on, even some of the other apexes like the T-Rex or the Carcharodontosaurus. Let's go into the thick and dark forest of the swamp, a scary place, a forest that most people only know from fairy tales. But still, this place is filled with life. The weirdest creature that can be found here is the cryptid known as the Bunya. This thing is quite literally sighted with a variety of features, from wings to claws, scales, arms, a beak, teeth, feathers, particularly anything you could describe an animal having. But this specimen is a massive shaggy swamp monster with incredible power and intimidation. A big hairy body similar to a grizzly bear, but much larger. Almost the size of a T-Rex when the Bunya is standing on its hind legs. It also has the face of an owl. This thing is very territorial and aggressive. It goes after anything that dares to approach its swampy habitat. But when the Bunya is not tearing creatures apart, it usually roams around the swamp, trying to find food, or it sleeps either on top or inside of the muddy ground. Despite its appearance, the Bunya is a relatively good swimmer as well. When this creature is hunting, it will use its strong beak and powerful claws to rip its prey to shreds. The claws alone are as long as the lower arm of an adult human. Bunya also likes to feed on crocodilians for no known reason. Pretty much everything in the swamp is deadly, or at least venomous. And one creature has one of the most deadly venoms of all creatures. The giant snake, known as Naga. This creature looks similar to the king cobras we have on Earth. The Naga is a massive snake that prefers to ambush its prey. It lives in dense environments and uses its camouflage and low body to blend in with its surrounding plant life. It uses its boasting razor-sharp barbs and teeth to either defend itself or to hunt. Bite of the Naga is incredibly deadly and venomous. Although the venom wears off after a short amount of time, it drains the health of the unlucky prey very fast. The Naga also possesses a poisonous spit, and this spit is similar to the one of the small Dilophosaurus. It slows enemies down, drains their stamina, and makes them blind as well, but only for a short amount of time. With its blade-like tail, the Naga is fully capable of hitting everything that attacks it from behind. But that's enough of the swamp. Let's leave this biome and go up the hill, all the way to the mysterious floating tower. Near this tower is a massive grassland with trees surrounding it. One creature that lives here is the true behemoth of this island. The giant herbivore known as Titanosaurus vergicastrum. The Titanosaurus is an incredible rare dinosaur, and of course the biggest one as well. It is literally a walking mountain, an absolutely enormous sauropod, which has developed armored plates of bone protrusions all over its body. Thanks to its massive size, not a single carnivore on this island wants to mess with this titan. Most predators don't like being near Titanosaur in the first place, and this is why so many smaller herbivores surround this behemoth. But its size is not only a gift for itself and others, it can also be deadly for other herbivores to be too close to this guy. It often happens that the Titanosaur accidentally crushes nearby creatures. The Titanosaur has no problem to be surrounded by other creatures, but only if they feed on grass and smaller bushes. But he has a problem with other big herbivores that can feed off the trees like the Brachiosaurus or the Brontosaurus. This is because the Titanosaur aggressively feeds off any tree it can find. This the creature eats constantly, which helps this giant to recover health quickly, even after fighting off several carnivores such as the Giganotosaurus or Tyrannosaurus rex. Let's take a closer look at the mysterious floating tower. This tower is known as an obelisk. This obelisk is floating several hundred meters above the ground. Weird energy is pulsing inside of them. This energy is probably the reason why it's floating in the first place. This obelisk is only one of three. There are two more located at the other half of this island. Each one of them is surrounded by a different biome. This one is surrounded by a small redwood forest and a grassland. Since it's only the second largest redwood of this island, there aren't that many creatures. But one that lives here is a true giant, the Gantterraptor. The Gantterraptor is a large omnivorous dinosaur with a strange appearance and odd behavior. Despite its size, Gantterraptor is a close relative of the small egg thief Oviraptor. And that likely explains why this giant can run really fast for its size. The Gantterraptor can not only run really fast, although it is a friendly creature, when provoked it can deliver powerful strikes in a very short amount of time. Sometimes the Gantterraptor gets so caught up in its wild swings it continues slashing non-stop even after the attack has been long dead. But this creature spends most of its day searching for food, either on the ground or in the small trees. During the mating season, the Gantterraptor males will become a little bit wild, screaming constantly so that a female can hear and maybe find them. As soon as a male found a female, the male will start a dance similar to modern day birds. He will use his size and beautiful feathers to impress the female. As soon as the female is impregnated, it will build a nest made out of wood fiber and even their own feathers. But that's enough for this episode. Join us in the next one, where we will take a closer look at the massive redwood forest, which is at the other side of the snow biome. And as always, we will also take a look at the creatures that live there. I hope you enjoyed episode 8 of Geographics. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Have a nice day, and I will see you guys in the next episode.